Never give up. It can still work. Are you in a state of giving up on yourself, on your struggles, on your hopes for being a better person? Do you think that your life is not making any meaning? Never give up. Do you think that you can still make it without him or her in your life? Yes, you can. So never give up. With a little bit of reflection of who you are and how much you need God and how God can help you, you can still make your life meaningful. Hello everyone, my name is Eunice. You are highly welcome to my channel. To all my return subscribers, you are highly welcome. For all those whom it is their first time to visit this channel, please do stay with us. You're so welcome. So on today's video, I'll be talking about you trying to find out your purpose for existence. And you will find out at the end of this video that there is just so much in you that you haven't explored yet. And it is so much that you should not give up on life. You just need to sit down and reflect and bring out just the best in you. So you are so welcome. I understand somebody will tell me that, oh, I'm coming from a family by default that we have no financial advantage. Or you will tell me, of course, we all were coming from Africa, and Africa by default leaves us with no or little or no opportunities. You go to school, you come back from school, you get all the certificates you have, and at the end of your school program, at the end of your degree or your master's program or whatever level you get, you start struggling, searching for a job, and the job market becomes so tight that at the end it keeps you frustrated and you cannot just have what you have to do. So you feel like, I want to give up. I understand. Or you want to tell me that, hey, I got married and in between time, my spouse or my husband or my wife changed so much. He's not supporting me enough. I have a lot of responsibilities. Money is not just coming in. I don't know what to do. Things are so hard. I understand. Or you want to tell me that, hey, I've been asking someone to help me raise some capital for me to start up with some business so I can do something and make my life meaningful. I understand that. Or you would tell me that, hey, I know I have this big dream, I have this vision in me. I know that with just a little bit of someone's approval, someone's support financially, especially financially, I can get my dreams becomes reality. I know about that. Or I'm just looking for someone that can just trust me enough with his or her time or her finances to push me ahead. I know about that. Or I'm coming from a family where things are just hard. My parents cannot just afford what it takes for me to go, to go to another level in life. I understand that. Despite everything, never give up. Let me show you what I did in these circumstances or in these conditions to come out better, and I'm still pushing ahead and trusting God for more better days. I always say in my video that we all are on this earth for a purpose. Life becomes more meaningful when you find your purpose for existence. Once you are living and you are not fulfilling your purpose and destiny, you would know. Because whatever thing you're doing that is not purposeful oriented, that is not your talent, you feel stressed out, you feel worked out, you feel like you're being exhausted, someone is using you. So it is left for us to discover what we have, to know why we are existing, and we will just see that life becomes better. So many people are in this situation of wanting to give up because they have not sat down with themselves to think as to why they are existing. There is a reason why you are living. Have you ever asked yourself, hey, why am I living? Why am I on planet Earth? What am I supposed to do? Why am I living? Once you ask yourself this question, why you are living, you will get to know that whatever thing you are, whatever is in you right now is not actually the best version of you. You are just living what your knowledge has narrowed you. If you sit and you reflect and you know how meaningful you are, you will never want to settle for less. You will know that you have just so much in you that you need to explore to bring out the best in you. So this is what I'm talking about. Live purposefully. Live purposeful. If you live purposeful, what will make you to focus on a particular purpose is for you to discover your talents. Our talent makes us unique. It makes us different from the next person. What is it, that thing in you that makes you so different, that makes you stand out from the rest of the people? There's so many of us. You just need to discover what you have in you that makes you unique, that makes you happy. That thing that when you do and you work on it and you study, you have to study, you have to read books, you have to go to seminars, you have to do something that relates to your talents, to make your talents enough for you to market it and for it to give you the rewards that you need to make your life better. There's so many of us, we have different talents. So many talents that if you work on it, you will see that your life will be much more better. For example, our talents, you can be a very pretty person or a handsome guy. Of course, being so handsome or pretty is a talent. You know how to cook, you know how to sing, you know how to talk. Maybe you are a powerful influencer. You're someone that when you start talking, you can make people to listen to you. That can be your talent. You can be someone that with just little that you have, you can make the most out of just little you have. That can be your talent. What is it that you have that is so special that makes you different from the next person? Is it that you know how to cook? Is it you know how to swim? Is it like you are into a collection of some particular thing? You collect a particular thing that makes you, it can be marketable and makes you better? What is it in you that makes you different, that makes you stand out? Believe me, if you know your talents, it is not just enough for you to know that I am talented. I can sing, I'm a good teacher, I'm a good doctor, I'm a good nurse, I'm a good whatsoever. Whomsoever is out there that you are appreciating today, that you want to live like them, they are living their talents. It's because they discover that they have this thing in them and they worked in it. They went to school, they read books, they learned a trade, they followed people, they read books, they had mentors, they had people who mentored them and nurtured these things to come out to be the best. So you knowing alone that you have this talent in you is not enough. You need to nurture it. You need to make it be fruitful. Because every one of us, we have a seed in us. If you don't take care of your seed is going to die down. So many people are living on earth. Maybe they're even going to die without even exploring, knowing what talent they have in them. So it's for you to sit back, think about that thing that makes you happy once you're doing it. Once you can figure out that thing that makes you happy, so long as you are doing it, that is the first step. The next step is, how do I do to develop my talents? Believe me, what can make someone to place a demand on what you have? It's not enough for you to have a talent, but it's better and it is more rewarding for you to work on your talents. If you know you are a singer, okay, who can place a demand on your singing? If you know you're a medical doctor, who can place a demand? You should not be the medical doctor that does one surgery and everyone who goes in surgery with you comes out being dead. Or you're not that person that someone will call for an event and you come, you mess up everything. You should be able to work on your talents. You should be able to get yourself prepared and ready that once someone places a demand on whatever you have as a talent, you go out there, your demand, your preparedness, your level of readiness meets opportunity, and that is it. People keep striking and moving ahead. So please, to make life meaningful, you have to discover who you are. Because if you want to sit and wait for the society to give it to you, to wait for your government to give it to you, to wait for your family, to wait for your spouse, to wait for this person to give you what you need to push you to the next level, believe me, you will be frustrated and you end up being so angry at everyone. Life is changing, times are changing. People have a lot of responsibilities. You cannot live your life depending on the next person. Because once you're depending on the next person, people have a lot of things going on in their mind. At least let someone come in your life and meet a level of preparedness in your life and meet a level of other. And that person can help you achieve whatsoever thing you are planning or you're working for. So you have to work on what you have. If you know that you are a tutor, you know that you're a teacher, can someone place a demand on your teaching? Can you go for an interview and they ask you for in 5 minutes to display a particular, to display something on your field of study and you do it excellently that they can just retain you immediately? You have to work on yourself. No one place a demand on something that is not value of value. You have to be of value for people to be able to place a demand on whatever good or whatever service you are out there to give to the public. Now, for example, I want to give a case, my case study. For example, me. When I was growing up, I knew for a fact that I was a good marketer. I'm someone that if I stand in front of you and I present to you a particular product or a particular service, you wouldn't be so difficult to understand what I'm talking about. That means if I come before you and I tell you, I try to market something to you, believe me, you would want to listen. So I discovered that I had that talent in me. Then I had gone to school. I went to one of the best universities in my country, and I had the certificate. I was ready. I had read books. I was reading. I was already exposed to an extent. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was aiming at. So when I at one point when I got out of university, I studied business administration, and when I came out, started looking for a job. It was so hard to find a job, so I had to switch towns. I had to move from one city to the next city in the hopes of looking for finding a job. But it wasn't easy. So I decided to settle for a teaching job. So once I went for that interview and I was taken, I was immediately hired. So I was working, but my reward, my salary was so little, it couldn't cover for my expenses. I was now struggling to look for other ways. I was thinking, how can I do to raise my income level so I can take care of myself, because then I already had a daughter. I can take care of my daughter, I can take care of my family. Africa, we have a lot of responsibilities. So what can I do? I started thinking. I knew in me, I know some for sure that I was a good tutor. So this particular day I left school, after school, I went to this neighborhood, a very prestigious one, and I just had to market myself. I needed to bring myself to the public. I needed to make them to see that I had so much in me. So I said, okay, I'm going to try this. I hope it works. If this person rejects me, I believe the next person is going to accept me. So I started moving from one home to the next. I will ring the gate bell. So there was this particular home, I rang the bell, and the gate man came and like, hello, can I help you? I said, I'm sorry, sir. I know you don't know me, and I'm coming unexpected. I'm sorry. Can I meet the sir or the madam of the house if they are home? He was like, do you have an appointment? I said, no, please just let me in. Just tell them someone is at the gate to meet them. I would, please, I just want to see them. So after a while, the madam of the house came out. So once the lady of the house came out, she asked me, do I know? I said, no, ma, but please, do you, please, if you don't mind, just give me 2 minutes of your time. Actually, I'm a teacher. I teach in this institution, and please, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm also looking forward to being a home tutor. I want to tutor. I can teach so well in everything that concerns business, economics, business mathematics, statistics, and all those things. I'm just here to ask that please, if you would not mind and if you have the opportunity, if you are looking for a home tutor, I am available, please. Just, I can do it. And she was like, oh, wow, that's nice. She took me to the balcony and I was seated there. And she said, actually, I've been looking for a tutor for my kids. Then she called two of her daughters, high school, and he came out and she introduced me to them. I introduced myself too. And she was like, oh, are you comfortable to work with her? So the deal was like this. We'll give you a 2 days trial period. If you work with them and they feel comfortable with you, then you go ahead. Then I was like, ma, if you don't mind, I can as well start now. So she was like, okay, it's fine. So they went in, they got their bags, and we got started. So I had to ask them if they had any problems, if they had any difficulties, if they had any homework. And they brought in their homework and some problems, and we were able to solve it peacefully. And it was a particular, that day was so good, and it was actually so encouraging. They were so happy about it. And on that same day, I was retained. And you know what? I discovered that what they paid me at the end of the month was exactly what I would work for, being paid in that school. So I discovered that, hey, I was so happy. I knew that, okay, actually my gift, my talent is being paid off. I was so happy about it. That day I left, I went home being so satisfied. Okay, I have a home that I can come tutor, and it was not so stressful. I can just tutor 3 days in a week, 2 hours per day. Now, Behold, the next day I came, these kids were the ones who made an advert for me. I was planning to go again door to door to look for clients or to look for other students that I would tutor. But on this day I came, they had already gone to school and they were already in their small camps telling their mates, hey, we met this particular teacher, she's a good teacher, she's so lively, she's so encouraging, she's young, we can work together. If you don't mind, if you're actually looking for someone, I will talk to her and I'll give her contact and you contact them. That was it. That is what I mean by your preparedness meets opportunity. So that was it. At the end of that day, I discovered that I had 3 more homes that I would go and tutor for. And that is it. At the end of the month, when I bring everything as income, I saw that I was better off. I would do something better. So the question is, what is it in you that you have worked? What is it you have that you have worked on? That if someone places a demand on it, you're going to sell, you're going to market it, and someone will be willing to stick with you. Do not, do not. At this particular stage in life, what gives you more is your talent, is what you are able to give out. So many people are willing. Whatever thing you're looking for is in the pocket of someone out there. You just need to prove yourself worthy. You just need to prove yourself enough for that person to trust you enough. Everything will be okay. So discover who you are, work on your talents. Immediately you work on your talents, you pray to God, you invite God in your life, you work on your talent, you are forever prepared. Just at any time you can meet any opportunity, and that is it. It is so frustrating for an opportunity to be in front of you and you cannot defend what you stand for. So please, it is high time we don't give people hard times by expecting them to do everything for us. So once you know that you are prepared enough, this is when someone can invest their time in you. It is fair enough for someone to want to invest in you once they have seen something, rather than coming and meeting nothing. Once you've proved yourself that you are at this level that someone can come in and support you from there, it is better off. So you can actually make something from your talents. You can actually make something from your talent, and you'll see that at the end it makes you more happy. You are much more happy and everything becomes better. The second instance is this. After a while, I couldn't really teach again because other matters came up. So I was now looking for something else to do. And I knew that I was good in the kitchen department. So I had to go on YouTube, started downloading videos on how to make cakes, how to make ice cream, and how to make other nice pastries and stuff like that. So I took out some money, got some stuff, and I made samples of this. So once I made samples of this, I started moving from door to door in my neighborhood. And I started exposing myself. Hey, I'm sorry, you might not know me, but this is me. This is what I do. I'm just here to give you a sample. Should in case there is any event, should in case you need this for over the weekend snacks or whatever, I am available. I can always do this. And every evenings I'll be doing this and I'll be bringing this. I exposed myself. It did not even end at that. I went to business places, I went to offices, and at the end of the time, it was wonderful. So many people could place a demand. Office days, I could go and I could deliver on break, and it makes life easy. Believe me, all this magnificence that you see outside, it wasn't something that was created in a day. Every successful person out there started from somewhere. So it is for you to start from somewhere. You don't need so much capital. You can start with the little you have and you start growing. Once you start growing, people start placing a demand on your good or your service or whatever thing that you are so good at. You will see that life becomes easier and expansion is very, very possible. So thank you so much. From this video, you will see that our success is highly intentional and predictable. Success is nothing like miracle. You must be so intentional and predict your success. You have to know what you want, work for what you want. It's high time you stop being lazy. You should not be lazy. Things should not just come to you, right? If you know that it's so difficult for things to come, you create. Create what will make you happy. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Share, subscribe, and we are together. See you on my next video.